Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This will be a walkthrough for Code Vein. I've been looking forward to doing this for a while. It's Anime Souls. It is awesome. Can get a little bit confusing. We're going to be playing offline. Alright, there's a few settings that I want to tweak. So, first thing we're looking at map rotation. I'm going to turn this off so I can get a better view of where exactly we are and just tell everyone where we're going. There's a lot of areas in this game that are really confusing. Blood Veil, that's armor. Where is it? There's one with like... Transparency isn't the one that I'm looking for. Partner conversations. I'm going to turn those off. They can be kind of helpful, but for the moment I'm turning them off. Sound, I've got music at 30, the rest at 50, so that should hopefully be alright. From here we've got a really cool character creator. I've already made a preset character, so that is absolutely fine. I'm going to be skipping all cutscenes as much as possible. I think a lot of it is copyright actually, so I need to sort of get away from that. Alright, so we want to remember our name as usual, and I'm just going to make it the same thing because I don't know what the difference is. I think maybe it has something to do with like online, I'm not quite sure. Alright, so have fun with your character creator. I'm going to load one of my presets. We're going to do this dude here, dreadlocks and like gothic makeup. Love it.
Yeah, that's what you look like. Now, we can finally move.
This won't be a platinum walkthrough. You need about 3 playthroughs minimum, alright, to do this. I'll explain how, but I won't be doing 3 playthroughs because bugger that. Alright, we're going to skip the tutorial. If you do want a decent sort of rundown on how things work, absolutely fine. I'll be running us through it this first episode anyways.
But you are different. The blood that's your blood is the only teacher you have. Now, awaken and save the world.
For the record, if you can hear snoring in the background, it's my little dogs. They are glued to me every single time I record. So it's not me snoring in the background, just for the record. All they do is sleep, and I love it. Alright, so this first part is real slow. We're just going to be dragging our little booties over to this big white tree over here. This is Io, by the way. Or Io. I don't know how it's pronounced. I just say Io.
You can go slowly. I am here with you. Just a bit farther.
So, very slow walk.
We're all right. A spring will slake our thirst.
One thing I will mention about this game is that it feels like it's got a lot of different mechanics. You get used to them pretty quick, but explaining them is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So if you don't keep up, don't worry, you'll get used to it. Just play it the old Souls way, hack and slash. You'll figure it out as you go along.
Your friend just fell asleep.
Alright, so first thing you want to do is come over here, grab your mask. Alright. Basic gist of the story is that we're vampires. They're called remnants or revenants. We're looking for blood beads which pop out of those big white trees. Pretty much it's how we survive as revenants. I think it's called a revenant or a remnant, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this is Oliver. Alright. And we have a missile. So this missile here is like our bonfire from Dark Souls. You know, you level up, you teleport, you acquire gills, that sort of stuff. Gills gift. Oh my god. You acquire gifts. Leveling up is probably less important than what it would be in other games. We'll go through that a lot later. For the moment, you'll notice we have a pipe in our hand. Alright, square is light attack, triangle is heavy attack. You can also charge your heavy attack there. So, kind of cool. Come over here, pick up the item. We have a lost shard, which is sort of like a soul item in the other Souls games. Alright. I'm going to be using a lot of Souls references here, so if you've ever played Dark Souls, you will be enjoying this. We have our first enemy, so square for a base attack. If you get behind them, you can actually backstab them as well. It's got a real niche sort of, not niche, real tight field for it. And if Oliver stops killing people, we'll be able to show you. Circle is dodge. Alright, as you can see, we've got a very whiskey dodge at the moment. It's just because we're using a light weapon. We'll be focusing more on a heavy build anyway, so I wouldn't worry about things too much. Alright, this is your health system. So, using health and upgrade. Pretty much upgrades, you need to consume it. Alright. We will talk about those as we get them. Press down to heal yourself. These will replenish on resting. Alright, L1 is block. R1 is run. Alright, so R1 is your sprint button. These also have a couple of different mechanics here. So if we run, we can obviously do a quick attack. If we hold down R1 and stay still, alright, we get a different attack altogether. Same with your triangle attack, which is generally a launch move. It's not very often I get to launch an enemy into the air, but it does help. Anyways, come over here, we've got a chest, alright. I picked up a heavy axe. Now, if you press up, instead it goes down or heal, if you press up, you'll switch over to another weapon. I really like my heavy weapons, but I don't like that particular heavy weapon. So, I'm going to get rid of that. Switch over to the axe. Much nicer. Alright. From here, we're going to split to the right. We have this guy here. A lot better than our steel pipe. Grab the Queen Iron. So Queen Iron is like an upgrade material of such. It'll help you upgrade your veils, which is our armor, and your weapons, which is this thing over here. Now, retrieving haze, pretty much if you die, you will need to collect your experience again, which is what they call haze in this game. It's Souls and Dark Souls. It's always got a different name. Cool, we have this dude. Grab the Ichor concentrate. So Ichor, this is where things get a little bit more complicated. So bottom right hand corner you can see 16 out of 16. If we hold R2 and use one of our moves, so for example triangle costs 5 Ichor. Alright, that'll take us down to 11. We can get that Ichor back by hitting enemies, by parrying, by backstabbing, doing a lot of that sort of stuff. So it's very much like a build up your points so you can use a move sort of thing. It's kind of like mana. So if we can get behind this guy, there we go. That's a backstab. Alright. That will give you like extra Ichor in your little bank. And you can actually build that up too, which is great. Alright, top left hand corner you'll see we've mastered a whole bunch of moves. This is going more into your blood codes. So we'll take out these guys. We'll use this move and miss them completely. Blood code. So it's pretty much like your class. Alright, so we'll come over to this chest here. We'll grab the Lost Bayonet. Coming down here, this is your blood code. Alright, I'm going to change this to Ranger. So this is the beauty of this game. You can change up your class on the fly. Alright, obviously we cannot use this giant weapon because it's got a big red stick through it. We'll grab out the Lost Bayonet that we just picked up. Over here are our skills. Alright, you can Very much so. Just add new ones. If you've mastered them, which is what we just did with all that other lot, you can add a whole bunch of these skills from previous codes into other codes. Not all codes work, but I mean, some codes. It sounds more complicated than it is at the moment. You'll get used to it, trust me. For the moment, though, I'm going to stick with the axe that I've got. In fact, you know what? Let's show off this bayonet, because the range classes can be quite powerful. I'm, like I said, going to be doing quite a heavy build, so I'm not going to focus on range stuff too much. But, for example, if you pull out the bayonet and you want to, first off, come over here and grab the yellow book, and another item, the geisha noodles. If we lock onto this dude here, hold down triangle, our charge attack becomes a firing shot. Alright. You'll notice this goo almost fell down as well. There we go. Now that uses Ica, so 2 points per bullet. Not the biggest fan of it, but yeah, I've seen some pretty overpowered classes in that. Pick up the antique coin. We're gonna take out the slime. That basically covers the gist of what we're doing. Over here we have an awake MJ018. There's a lot of those, honestly. I'm just going to be saying an awake most of the time. They instantly help us master skills at a bonfire. So you have to buy them with, what do you call it, haze. We're going to call it souls. And then you can master it with those MJ whatevers. I'm not going to focus on those too much, alright? I don't mind paying souls for them. This is a rotten missile, so you'll notice top right hand corner, our map is all hazed out and we don't have a clear route. We do have these sort of like, I don't know, these little Pac-Man bead things that we're leaving behind us. That'll show us where we've been. Rotten missile will just illuminate the map. Alright, so we can't rest at it, but it will help us like explore as such. We're going to go down the stairs for a chest. Grab the blue hounds. This is a veil. Veils particularly, they add to your scaling, but they're not like, they're mainly cosmetic. So for example, you'll see like on the left here, we've got decent amount of stuff to focus on. The blue hounds, they're not that great at this point in time, especially for this weapon or class, so I'm not going to use it. They're not cosmetic, but they're less they're less apparent to worry about, pretty much. So from here, we are going to chuck in one level, I guess. We can talk about acquiring gifts or inheriting gifts, alright? So, Fighter, that's a class that we just mastered before. As you can see, you can buy a couple of things here. These will just add to the functionality of the class itself. Once you've mastered them, they'll have a star at the top. So you can use them freely in most classes. Same with the Ranger, same with the Caster. We don't have the haze to be able to do that, so that's fine. Alright, continuing forward. Showing you where to view the tutorials. Okay, from here, instead of going down, we're actually going to go down here. We're going to pick up this blade. Now this blade is going to be my bread and butter when it comes to swords. Just for the most part, we'll be picking up a couple of great swords later. I've got a pattern to this sort of thing. But anywho, take out this guy. Still a couple of tutorials left, so if you're lost already, don't worry. We have a cutscene.
Oh.
This will show old Oliver being hit. Going up this ramp will take us exactly where we were, so it's absolutely fine. Come over here. Alright, grab Chemlight. Now, a couple things. This is teaching us about our veil attack. Holding X, alright. You can have a little swoop with the claw there. L2 will parry. Now, I don't really use parries much in this game, but this guy is here as your parry tester. And my parry timing is crap. There we go. This will get you Ica back. Alright. It'll also do a pretty decent amount of damage to this dude. Another thing to mention is that you get a few different types. So your blue hounds here. Alright. They look really cool. I quite like the claw one. Anyways, from here what we're going to do is not go this path just yet. We'll come back along there. For the moment we're going to take on this dude. Now, one thing to note, with the sword we do have a bit of a fat roll going on. So, fat rolling in this game is actually not that bad. Also, when you're using a weapon like this, you're blocking as your main source of defense rather than rolling. I still use both. Alright, coming over here, we have an awake. We have an angry dude here. I love these bigger weapons. Nice. Alright, coming to the right here, we have an item. A regen induces. This is sort of like if you've ever played Dark Souls 2. Sorry about my speech. It is like a life gem, I guess. But let's just use one. How do we? It's very much regenerative health. There we go. No, it's not. It just instantly heals you. That's fine. But they don't come back. Alright, we have a whole bunch of slimes. These guys can inflict venom, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Poison is really good in this game, especially towards us. Alright, we've got a stun vaccine. Exactly what it is, what it says. I'm gonna run up the top here. We have 2 enemies. I'm gonna take out the farthest one first. And we mastered some abilities, which is great. So, we also have this little item here, a regen extension. Alright, so the extensions will give us more healing, whereas I think it's the enhancer will give us more. Don't quote me on the names, I'm bad with words. Extensions give us more quantity, enhancers give us more potency, I guess. So, we're going to plunge attack. Alright. Cool. This guy over here. Nice. Now, I'm intentionally not picking up this item just yet. I feel like I'm actually medium rolling. That's fine. Alright, now you'll notice on your mini-map there's like a small white X on there. That is because if you walk past items, it'll actually let you know there's an item there. So you can see I missed a couple over here. Lost broadsword. Not too bad of an option if you're looking for a one-handed weapon at this early. This brings us all the way back here. Alright, so before we carry on, we're going to come down here. Should have a slime and a dude. 2 slimes and a dude. Alright, and we got a Vivifier. So a Vivifier is pretty much your homeward bone from Dark Souls. It'll take you back to the last missile that you've rested at. But it will... No, it won't take any of your experience, whereas your unlimited one will. It is pretty instant too. You pop that thing and you're getting no damage. I know with Souls games there's a few seconds delay. I've noticed too that if you knock an enemy over, you can carry on whacking the crap out of them. Um, so there is a couple of differences here, don't get me wrong. And it's a really good game, but just the base reference is kind of helpful at least. So since we have a couple of bits of experience, I'm going to pick up the rest of the fighters stuff as well as adding that one there. A lot of these I won't end up using, I'm just getting them for the sake of having them. Alright. From here, what we're going to do is switch back to the hunter class, sorry, the fighter class. We're going to add those things. Is that it? That must be it. Oh, and over here? That's it. We're going to add that to our sort of catalog of destruction. Because if they're in there, they're going to level up, regardless whether we use them or not. Right, this guy over here with the big red thing on his head. He will unlock a lot of the map. So if we kill him, just like that, you see surrounding map, surrounding area mapped. So he had one of those rotten missiles on him. Kill him, and it's all ours. Alright, come over here, grab the Queenslayer Thorn. Again, kind of a cool looking veil. It's I prefer the claws, to be honest, out of all of them. One thing to note too, when you change classes, your iCore max, so that's 16 out of 16, your iCore there, that will change varying on which class you use, so it's, yeah, you'll get used to that. Alright, right here we have Louis.
Are you a fellow? I'm on. What do you say? Don't worry. Thanks a lot.
So you can obviously walk alone throughout this game. I prefer having a partner. He's not a bad one to have, to be honest. Alright, we can come down here, drop. Gonna go back up the ramp. And we're gonna drop down. Should have a couple of enemies up here that we want to take out quickly. Oh, buddy. So, the cool thing here is that if we go down, now that we've got a partner, Louis will save us. Oh, and we mastered a couple of things. Nice. Alright, let's add some more stuff to the bank. Venom weapons, so that's actually pretty good. That'll help us throughout through the boss of this area. Alright, we're going to come around the left hand side here. Grab the well-worn tool. Don't think we missed any other items. Cool. Yes, we're going to heal. Alright, coming through here, we've got a cutscene. Alright, we have a missile we can rest at. Which again, I'm going to use to pick up that skill there. Now from here I'm going to use a little bit of haze just to see if I can level up a little bit. Leveling up primarily affects like health and stamina. There's more to it than that, but just as an easy reference. We can go up one level. Okay. Continuing forward. Alright, so we have a chest here with a Queenslayer blade. Now, as for a one-handed weapon, this thing's pretty alright. There's better ones to pick up, but for the moment, not a bad one to start with. Your one-handed blades are quite quick. They also do a lot less damage. I like my big fellas. Where are we? Oh, yep, cool. So we're going to have an enemy drop down. We're going to come to the right here. Alright, so you'll see a lot quicker, but less smash. Oh, on the subject of that, if you look, so a little bit of extra credit here. If you go attack type, this is a crush weapon. Alright, same with the hammer, I guess, we've got next to it. The blades are generally slash. You've got crush for the pipe. So you can get a whole bunch of different types of that. I'm gonna come grab the Ichor concentrate. Keep carrying on up the stairs for an awake. Alright, we have a whole bunch of enemies in here. First thing we're going to do is take out this guy. Turn around for a big guy. And then we're just going to worry about attacking enemies with a light attack or a heavy attack, either, just to build that Ichor back up. So you have a couple over here. There are slimes that fall down, so I'd recommend running past that for the moment. Alright, we have an item over here, lost shard. We have an awake. And coming up here we should have a rotten missile. Alright, surrounding area mapped. Nice. Now coming up here we have the boss of the tutorial area. Unfortunately it's our friend Oliver. Pretty much going into this fight we have venom weapon, so we have that attached to our right hand side. Alright, this one here. That'll be probably most helpful. Otherwise, about halfway he's going to transform. Don't bother doing any damage when he looks like he's transforming. It's so minimal, don't waste your skills. So, unfortunately, he is gone into a bit of a rage. Oh, I forgot to put on Venom. Nope, that was the wrong one. There we go. I healed Louis instead, which is fine, but it took away from my health. So you can see here, now he's transformed. I'm going to heal again. Now, you can't backstab this dude. Parrying him will stun him, but it won't exactly do a hell of a lot. So, relying heavily on the venom at the moment. Oh, I am out of stamina. Yay, go Louis. Alright, for killing him we got the Juggernaut hammer. So actually not a bad hammer. Go ahead, pick up this red thing on the ground.
Wait, what are you...
Alright, all of these little things you can skip. I mean, by all means, if this is your first time playing through this, watch them. The story is actually incredibly fun in this game, and like, you get involved, it's neat. It is very cutscene heavy, so I can't. Anyways, Berserker. So we got a new blood code. Alright, so this is for Oliver Collins. we'll be going through this in the next episode. We got time. We got time.
For now, just take it easy.
Alright, so this is our hub area. Alright, not going to talk to anyone just yet. I'll just run through the basics here. So, pretty much this is your mirror. You can change your appearance. You can swap out anything. I believe the only thing we can't do is change your gender. They may have added that in though. You have a hot spring over here, which I've never been to once. Maybe for a trophy, I'm not sure. You have your bedroom over here. You can interact with a few things too, and that'll, you know, like give you good camera poses and stuff like that. Coming down to the basement here, you've got your DLC items. Now, obviously, you can get a companion over here once this is done. Alright. You can come over here, pick up the Harbinger blood code, and you can pick up the Astria blood code. Alright. They're nothing too flashy, but I mean, it's extra content, so why not? Alright, coming over here. This will tell you about the alternate Mia, which is a character that we unlock later on. You have Coco.
Well, anyway.
She's going to be pretty much our merchant of just general items, I guess. Io's over here. She will unlock blood codes for us.
I'm not sure.
Long story short.
It seemed if you.
Alright. You have Yakumo over here. So he's just very much your hack and slash dude. He's going to be my main companion for most of it.
Nice to meet you.
We have Murasami.
I've got anyway.
Alright, she's going to be our blacksmith.
I should come in.
You've got Davis, who is actually going to lead us into the depths. We'll be talking to him a little bit over the next episode. Alright, if you do want to do some training, you can come over here, pull out a weapon and start whacking that thing there. We have our missile. That is actually, you know what? Let's acquire some stuff for Caster, because we're going to play around with that next episode. Alright, so we've got all three base classes except for guard stability. We need to add that into our mix. So we won't need to focus on those ever again. I forgot to add that into my thing, didn't I? Damn, that's alright. Anywho, from here, once you've had a little bit of an explore, you can come over here to Louis. We're going to talk to him twice.
Take a while to get the results. Take it easy in the room back there while you wait.
Alright, send us to our room. Come talk to him again.
If my theory is correct, well, here goes.
Alright, now he's given us Prometheus, which is his blood code. Definitely a fan of that. But otherwise from here we can just carry on with the main areas, I guess. We do have a couple of side content things to do next episode. And then we'll be carrying on with the main story. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I know there was a lot of information. Trust me, it gets easier from here on out, and I'm probably not going to explain as much. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'll see you here next time for more Code Vein.